Today, I'm going over 5 very different OP-1 alternative purchases. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Pete Prodell. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So even if you are a complete newcomer to the world of electronic music, you are more than likely at least familiar with the Teenage Engineering OP-1. Thanks to the YouTube algorithm, this little guy here tends to get pushed, it seems, quite a bit harder than any other gear related to electronic music. Combine that with the fact that creators like Andrew Wong and Red Means Recording have some stellar OP-1 content available to watch. More than likely, just like I said, you're at least somewhat familiar with the OP-1. You're probably also familiar with its price tag. It's been pretty famously sitting at about $1,300 US for the past few years. And, well, a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, the Teenage Engineering website increased the price once again to $1,399 US. $1,400 for this device. Today, we're not going to discuss whether the OP-1 is worth it. I've talked about that at length in previous videos. Instead, what I want to talk about are 5 different things that you could buy instead of an OP-1. So let me know if this describes you. You've gotten stoked on the OP-1 in the past. You started saving for one, convinced it was the right piece of gear for you. As you got closer and closer to pulling the trigger, you realized, you know, maybe it wasn't for me, and now I've got this, well, let's just say $1,400 sitting here. What can I get instead? Of course, this list is my personal one, and it is meant to poke a little bit of fun at the price of the OP-1. Let me know what your OP-1 alternative purchases are in a comment below. I'm looking forward to hearing yours. First on my list would be the Akai Force, which even with its recent price hike is $1,299 US, a full $100 cheaper than the OP-1. The Akai Force is a killer production center workstation. It has a very similar workflow to Ableton Live. It's kind of like an MPC meets some of the sequencer of the Deluge, from what I can tell. It's very powerful. I like the stuff I've seen on it. I don't personally own one, but the Akai Force makes my list at $1,300 US, and you still have $100 left to take your significant other out for a pretty nice dinner, because $1,300 is a lot to spend on a piece of gear, and they deserve something too. So, number 5, the Akai Force, plus about $100 to take your significant other out to dinner. Number 4 is the Synthrom Deluge, but not just the Synthrom Deluge, no. The Deluge goes for $1,000, which means you still have $400 left to play with. Now, of course, the Deluge is great. It's very portable. It's quite washed out in this shot right now. Let's fix that. There we go. It's great, it's portable, it is, you know, everything that a Groovebox should be, a screenless Groovebox, and it's a fantastic piece of gear, but you've got $400 left to play with. That means you could add the Arturia Microfreak into the equation. You could add the Black Box Fireball or the Black Box Lemon Drop. You could add any of the Behringer clones. You could add multiple Korg Volcas and still have money left over. This would be a very, very powerful, more portable-based setup that might scratch the, portable itch of the OP-1. It also has a few similar features like the onboard mic, the built-in speaker, a very good piece of gear from an outstanding company, and you'd have quite a bit to dive into with, well, say these 3 pieces of gear right here. Korg Volca drum, Korg Volca keys, Synthrom Deluge. Coming in at number 3, this one kind of blows my mind. You could get a $400 laptop, an Ableton Push 2, which is Ableton's flagship controller, which comes with Ableton Live 11 Intro, an audio interface, and a pair of headphones, all for $1,400. That is all you would need to have the power of Ableton at your fingertips with the push actually at your fingertips to control it. Live Intro is very capable. You get 16 tracks and a whole bunch of instruments. You'd have an audio interface too, so you could plug in a mic if you had one laying around or another instrument, and a pair of headphones. That's a complete electronic music making setup. Laptop and everything for $1,400. Alrighty, next up at number 4 It's just a simple Teenage Engineering PO33. This is a micro sampler that goes for $99 US. However, pair this with a $1,300 vacation to wherever you want to go on a sampling adventure. This might be my favorite item on the list because how cool, would it be to just grab one of these and take it, well, wherever $1,300 could take you, which is quite a few places, I think, just to sample whatever you want and come up with whatever tracks that you wanted. If you wanted a way to record your tracks, you could knock $100 off the price of the vacation and grab something like a Zoom H1N, a portable recorder where you could plug this in and record those tracks, or you could even use that recorder into the line-in of the PO33 as a higher quality mic. Also, maybe set aside $20 to $40 for a nice case if you're going to be traveling with your PO33. And lastly, you can pick up beginner-level instruments in just about any category for around $200 to $300. Pick an instrument you want to learn, and then spend the remaining money on 6 to 9 months of weekly private lessons. The going rate on private lessons right now is about $40 to $60 an hour, so depending on how many you want and the frequency of which you want those to occur, you can go for 6 to 9 months of lessons, including the instrument. So if there's something you want to learn, that's a great way to do it. So there you have it, 5 OP-1 alternative purchases that I think are very different from each other. Now, none of those purchases, of course, are going to get you exactly what the OP-1 gets you. It is, in my opinion, a fantastic device, although I totally understand that this is a complete waste of money for a lot of musicians out there. I totally get it. And of course, there are hundreds of other things you could purchase well within the world of electronic music. You could get like a Digitact and some other things to sample, a Digatone and a nice keyboard controller, or a Digatone keys, or an MPC standalone series with a full-blown controller if you want. You could build a desktop and get a controller for that. You could get the Novation Circuit Tracks and the Rhythm and a model cycle. Oh my god. Hang on. Circuit Tracks, $400. Circuit Rhythm, $400. That's $800. Model cycles, $300, that's $1,100. Model samples, $300, that's $1,400. You could get the Novation Circuit Tracks and Circuit Rhythm and the Electron model cycles and model samples. That's insane. Oh my god. Maybe that's my honorable mention, my last minute honorable mention. Gosh, that's crazy. So have some fun with this one. Go into the comments, list 5 OP-1 alternative purchases. Your budget is $1,400 US. I do hope you found this video entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, of course, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. Oh, modular rig. You could totally get started on a modular rig if you wanted to as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.